So Alex, a P4M race when it's just so difficult to pass up there with the dirty air, but still good point to the championship and you're ahead of Loke as well.
Yeah, it was a difficult one. You know, I think I made a pretty good start. Obviously not as good as James, but I think my start was better than the front two. And then I was a little bit careful into turn 1 and turn 2. You know, I don't really want to crash or lose a wing or anything. Just try and maximise the points and stay consistent. I think, you know, in hindsight, the pace was really strong. I think qualifying was a little bit tricky for us. I think we made a slightly wrong call with what we did in quali. But I think apart from that, you know, the pace throughout the weekend has been strong. So have to see what I can do in race 2 and in the reverse grid.
And what was the wrong call in quali?
I think we just what we did with tyres. I think we could have maybe done it a little bit better. But yeah, you know, apart from that, I think so far the weekend has still been pretty good.
And you dominated here last year in F4, so is this a track that you enjoy?
Yeah, you know, I definitely prefer the track when I'm in the lead. You know, obviously being in P4 with a dirty area is really difficult. I think no matter how much faster you are than the car in front, I think your pace is always dictated by the car in front because the dirty air is so strong. But yeah, you know, I knew from the beginning it was going to be difficult with how strong the dirty air is, and I tried my best to manage it. But in the end, I think P4 was the best result I could get today.
And how important are these points for the championship at this stage of the season?
Yeah, of course, you know, trying to maximise the points is really important right now. You know, I think it's not necessarily, you can't really go out and win a couple of races and then all of a sudden have a crash. You know, I think you're better off finishing in the top 3, top 5 and being as consistent as possible. So that's just what I'm trying to focus on.
And are you thinking about the championship yet, or not yet?
To be honest, no, not really. I'm just trying to take it race by race. You know, just take it as it comes and try to be consistent as possible. You know, obviously, if I do a good job and manage to maximise the results, then the championship will come. I think as we get a little bit later in the year, I'll start to think about it a bit more. But I'm kind of just doing my best to try and be as consistent as possible.
And how tricky was it managing the dirty outlet, and you just couldn't get close to the guy in front?
Yeah, you know, I think, like for example, I really struggled with dirty air mid-race, and then on the second to last lap I made a really big gap to Callum, and then on the last lap I caught up and did the fastest lap. So I think the difference it makes, you know, if you're in clean air, I think you can probably go for maybe 4 or 5 tenths quicker if you're in the lead. So it definitely is quite hard to manage. You know, grip-wise, when you're following, you don't actually feel a huge difference in grip, just the lap time's a lot slower. So you just have to try and manage it with what you can do.
And what are you expecting tomorrow from the 2 races, and there could be some rain as well?
I think some rain would definitely make it interesting. I wouldn't mind a bit of rain. I think so far throughout the season we've been pretty strong in the rain, so I wouldn't mind if it rained. And you know, just to do the same again, try get a good start. Hopefully if I can gain 1 or 2 positions this time, that would be nice. But just to maximise the points and do the best job I can.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Great to see you again.